I'm about to put y'all on some free game, so get your pencil and paper ready, because class is in session. What's up, guys? It's Rakesh here, back with the second installment of the Side Hustle Academia series, where I'm going to teach you guys about the potential and the power of penny stocks. So this video is going to answer a couple questions like, what are penny stocks? What makes them different? How do they move? And are they really a scam like everyone says they are? So I'm going to try my best to explain all those things to you guys, so hopefully you get a better perspective on what and how they are and how they move and how you can take advantage of those price movements to make some money here in 2021. So what are penny stocks? It depends on who you ask, to be honest. I guess Webster's definition that they use on Wall Street is any stock that's delisted or otherwise that trades under $5. A newer, kind of more modern definition is anything under $10, but I usually stick with what I know. So any stock that trades under $5 is what I consider to be a penny stock. Now, that's a broad spectrum all over the stock market, whether you're a NASDAQ or NY or New York Stock Exchange stock. It doesn't matter. Amex, it doesn't matter what broker or what entity these stocks belong to, or whether they're OTC, which is over the counter, which I don't necessarily trade, but all of those stocks still move the same. And that's really the most important thing here. So what makes penny stocks different from your regular high-priced or middle-priced stocks is the way that they move and how they behave in correlation to that movement. Now what that means is that these stocks can gain upwards of 20, 30, 40, or on the higher side, 100, 200, 300, 400% over a few hours or a few days, depending on the catalyst that initiates that run up. So moving that quickly means that there is a lot of volatility involved, which is one of the reasons why people stay away from penny stocks, because they don't feel comfortable trading a stock that moves that fast. Those are usually your long-term investors or swing traders, and they don't quite understand how the volatility affects that price. So later in the video, I'm going to show you guys over the course of about 3 days to a week, stocks that I've personally traded that have gone 50% or more and have had very quick volatility, because all that happened in the same day, including a stock that blew up the same day that GameStop did, which honestly had me way more excited than the GameStop stock. So the next question is, how do they move? How do they behave? Well, you have to understand that things in this world, especially when it comes to the stock market, don't move for no reason. Everything's got a reason behind it. And the key of being a penny stock trader is finding the reason that holds a strong basis for the price action for the stock that you're about to trade. Now, these stocks can move off of many things: hype, press releases, angel investors, things of that nature. And your job, well, our job, if you choose to trade this kind of commodity, is to find out what that reasoning is and justify if it's good enough to hold the price action that's happening in correlation to that news. Pretty much the best stock that I can give you that literally happened last week is GameStop. There was zero credible news that happened with this stock, and yet it jumped over 1,000% in about 4 days, all because of Reddit. And Reddit is probably the king of hype. Like, they hype everything up. So it has reason to believe that the stock only rose up on hype, and whether it's going to keep going any higher or not, I have no idea. So now about the price action that I'm talking about. You'll see a lot of different types of patterns that these penny stocks are associated with. Most of them that I know about are the ones that I'm comfortable with trading. Simple patterns that pretty much every basic beginner trader should learn about. You have your cup and handle, your double top, your double bottom, your pennant, your wedge, your head and shoulders, reverse head and shoulders. There are 3-bar plays. There are just so many different patterns, and all of them have their strengths and weaknesses, as opposed to trend lines and support and resistance, which I will get into in later videos. So I'm speaking about the gains that you could possibly have through these stocks, but that doesn't mean that they're good companies. In fact, when I enter a trade, I don't really care about the company in question. I'm only trading the price action. That being said, I get a lot of questions on whether or not penny stocks are scams, and here's my answer. Yes, they are indeed scams. Probably 80 to 95% of these penny stocks need money, which is the reason they're trading below $5 a share in the first place. And they're trying to stay afloat, so there are some things you need to look out for. Price dilutions, or other words called offerings, are usually done when a stock or a company needs to raise money. So what they do is they dump shares into the market to increase the float, therefore decreasing the price of said ticker. Now, what they'll do is they'll hire promoters, new age promoters, so we're no longer in the Wolf of Wall Street and the boiler room era. These new age promoters use a lot of Reddit, Twitter, Seeking Alpha articles, things like that, to try to pump up the price just before a stock issues its offering to bring the stock price back down. That's why I don't necessarily trade anything overnight, because while you can see when an offering is coming, if you look at the SEC filings of a potential stock, that's too much of a risk for me, because it could happen, Monday morning at 6 a.m. before the market opens. So regardless of whether you know the stock or not, the offering's still gonna happen, still gonna hit you, and you'll either take a huge loss or your gains might not be as high as you thought they would. Or even worse, your gains will be amazing, but then they'll go back down to essentially break even, which is never good. So the last thing that you need to know about penny stocks is the potential that they have. And I have a few examples to show you guys over the last week or so. So here you have a chart of TRXC, and you can see here that it went from a low of $2.52 to a high of $4 a share along the same trading day. Now that's a jump of 62%. That's kind of like above average, not really good, it's just a little above average. One thing I want you to take note of is the volatility that you see. This is a 3-minute chart, and it, over the course of the day, it went up almost $1.50. Like that's really good. Next you have CLBS. This was the next day, take note of that, the next day on the 20th of January, went from a low of $3.32 to a high of $4.88 a share. Another jump of above 60%. Again, that's above average for a penny stock. Still really good. Note the price action that you see here. I'm gonna get more into how the price action works in later videos, but just understand the volatility as this happened in less than an hour. And next is the most recent. Here on the 29th, you have CATB, which went from a low of $3.12 to a high of $7.97 a share. Over 140% gain in less than 45 minutes, if you can see that. Again, look at the price action and you can pretty much tell the volatility in which these stocks move. And if you know how to take advantage of that volatility, you too can make gains very quickly to grow your small account. This is a pretty short video because I'm only speaking on one thing, which is the penny stocks and the power and potential that they have. But next video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how trend lines work with these penny stocks and how you can use support and resistance to determine entry points and exit points, along with other examples to help prove this theory. That video comes out next week around the same time this one will drop, usually on a Monday. So be looking out for it. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and comment the things that you want to see in future videos, and I will do my best to get that content out to you guys. Again, I appreciate your support. Until next time.